The UFC is back at the Apex for another Apexy card. What are we going to say here? But we've profited 4 straight weeks. Let's do it again this week. First fight of the night, we got Hernandez taking on Christian Leroy Duncan. So Anders is 17-8 with 1 no contest. That is 9-8 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Leroy Duncan is 11-2. That is 4-2 in the UFC. Both these guys have won 3 of their last 4 fights. Anders, 38 years old. CLD, still just 30 years old. I'm going to take the over 1.5 here. It's minus 245. I'm going to parlay it. I'll get to it as I go. Anders has hit it in 5 straight fights, and CLD's hit it in 4 of his last 5. Truth be told, I wanted to take CLD money line here, but the price was just too expensive. I like how often they've hit the over 1.5, so we're riding with that. Does make me a little nervous, but we'll see. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, did mention I wanted CLD money line, but it's minus 540. If you want to parlay it, go ahead. Anders is only 4 wins during the span of CLD's entire 13 pro fight career, and all 4 of those wins came to guys that are no longer in the UFC. So CLD also lands more, gets hit less, and he's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage here. All signs pointing away from your boy, all right? If you guys want the over, but you want a little extra off the top, take the over 2.5. It's minus 170. So you still have to parlay it, but it's a little cheaper. Both these guys have hit it in 3 of their last 5, so it's a little riskier, but I still like it. And last but not least, fight end by knockout is plus 125. 10 of Anders' 17 pro wins have come by knockout, and 8 of CLD's 11 pro wins have come by knockout. That's 64% combined, and Anders has been KO'd before. Next fight of the night, we got Miles Johns taking on Gene Matsumoto. Johns is 15-3 with 1 no contest. That is 6-3 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Matsumoto is 16-1. That is 2-1 in the UFC. Johns is coming off of a loss, but he was on a 4-fight unbeaten streak before that. Matsumoto, coming off his first pro loss, was on a 16-fight win streak before that. Miles Johns, 31 years old. Matsumoto, 25 years old. I considered taking the dog here, but I'm going to ride with the over 2.5. It's minus 275. I'm going to parlay it. I'll get to it as I go. Johns has hit it in 5 straight fights, and Matsumoto's hit it in 3 of his last 4. So I like this one to go long. Little worried, but I feel better about this than I do about the over 1.5 in the first fight. I'm not going to lie. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, I mentioned I almost took the dog. Miles Johns money line here, plus 265. I just feel like these odds are kind of way too far apart. Matsumoto gets hit twice as often as Johns, and Johns has 3 times the amount of UFC fights. I just like the experience edge here for Miles Johns. Like, I feel like he's being a little undervalued here. And if you like Miles Johns, take him by decision, plus 400. 9 of his 15 pro wins have come by decision, including 4 of his 6 UFC wins, and Matsumoto has never been finished before. His lone pro loss did come by decision. Next fight of the night, we got Andre Touchy Fili and C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez. Fili is 24-12 with 1 no contest. That is 12-11 with 1 no contest in the UFC. C-Rod is 12-3. That is 5-3 in the UFC. Fili has alternated wins and losses in his last 7 fights. If you go back, by the way, on Touchy Fili's last 20 fights, there's a no contest mix in it. But this man has pretty much alternated wins and losses his entire career. It's fucking wild. C-Rod has lost 2 of his last 3. Both these guys, coincidentally, coming off of losses to Melky Costa, for whatever that's worth. Fili did get finished. C-Rod did go the distance. Fili, 35 years old. C-Rod, 27 years old. So again, I'm riding with the over here. The over 2.5. It's minus 215. I'm actually going to parlay it with the over 2.5 in Miles Johns, GM Matsumoto. It's plus 100 for those two. The over 2.5, Fili's hit it in 3 of his last 6, and C-Rod's hit it in 5 of his last 6. Another fight where I strongly considered taking the dog, but instead I'm just going to go with the over that they seem to be hitting pretty often. But if you're looking for anything else, I mentioned the dog. Touchy Fili money line plus 210. He'll have a 4-inch height advantage, a 3-inch reach advantage, and he's got 3 times the amount of UFC experience. He also, if you want to get nitpicky, does land more strikes per minute. It's not much more, but he does land more. I also just feel like if you don't have an O next to your name, C-Rod's going to lose. If you have an O next to your name, C-Rod's going to win. All right, Touchy Fili got plenty of numbers next to his name. I kind of like him here. If you do like C-Rod, though, take him by decision. It's plus 110. 5 of his 12 pro wins have come by decision, including his last 4 wins, and Fili has lost by decision 5 times before. And fight does not go the distance is plus 155. 21 of Fili's 37 pro fights have not gone the distance, including 3 of his last 4. And 8 of C-Rod's 15 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 56% combined. So definitely risky, but it seems like lately they're not going the distance. Next fight of the night, we got Iasmin Lucindo taking on Angela Hill. So Lucindo is 17-6. That is 4-2 in the UFC. Hill is 18-14. That is 13-14 in the UFC across 2 stints. Lucindo has won 4 of her last 5 fights. Angie Hill has won 3 of her last 5 fights. Lucindo still just 23 years old. Angela Hill, yeah, she's a vet, 40 years old. But age is just a number, guys. You know I'm taking Angela Hill money line here, plus 180. I had to take a dog on this card. I just told you I was considering Miles Johns, considering touchy-feely, but I'm riding with Overkill Hill here. She lands almost twice the amount of strikes per minute as Iasmin. Lucindo's also not beaten anyone in the top 15. Angela does have 2 wins over current top 15ers. She's also got 4 times the amount of UFC experience. We just saw Lucindo lose to a vet. Here's another vet. You're going to lose again. Let's go, Angie. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, I wanted to take the over 2.5, but it was just so damn expensive for me. But it's minus 550 if you guys want it. Hill's hit it in 13 of her last 14, so pretty much a fucking guarantee. Lucindo's hit it in 5 of her last 6. So this one probably goes long, which is why if you like the favorite, take Lucindo by decision. It's minus 140, so you'd have to parlay it. But 6 of her 17 pro wins have come by decision, including 3 of her 4 UFC wins. And Hill has lost by decision 12 times before, including her last 8 losses. Wild stuff. Co-main event, a little bit of a last-minute replacement. We get Steve Erceg taking on Ode Osbourne now. It's supposed to be Hyung Sung Park, who just headlined last weekend. Erceg is 12-4. That is 3-3 in the UFC. Bit of a fall from grace there for Stevie boy. Ode 13-8 with 1 no contest. That is 5-6 in the UFC. Erceg has lost 3 straight fights. Ode coming off of a win, but he was on a 3-fight losing streak before that. Erceg just turned the big 3-0. Ode, 33 years old. I mean, come on, guys. You know I'm taking Astro Boy here. Steve Erceg money line, minus 400. He has lost 3 straight, but they came to the champ, the former champ, and the most recent title challenger. I mean, those are not bad losses whatsoever. He's also got better striking accuracy, better striking defense, and lands more strikes per minute than Ode. Also, Ode's got a negative striking differential. He gets hit more often than he lands. Steve also probably going to need a win here to avoid getting cut from the promotion. I mean, to go from a title shot 2 fights ago to now possibly getting cut, his back's against the wall. Steve's going to come out blazing. Let's go, Stevie. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 105, so you'd have to parlay it. Erceg's hit it in 4 of his 6 UFC fights, but Ode's only hit it twice in his last 5, so it's definitely risky. Erceg by finish is also minus 165, so you'd have to parlay it. 8 of his 12 pro wins have come by finish, and Ode has been finished 6 times before. And if you want to finish at plus money, take Erceg by sub at plus 185. Half of his pro wins have come by sub, and Ode has been subbed 4 times before. Main event, we got Roman Dolidze taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. So Dolidze is 15-3. That is 9-3 in the UFC. Hernandez is 14-2 with 1 no contest. That is 8-2 in the UFC. Dolidze has won 3 straight fights. Fluffy has won 7 straight fights. Dolidze, 37 years old. Fluffy still just 31 years old. I mean, you know I'm taking Anthony Fluffy Hernandez here. Money line, minus 300. I'm parlaying it with the over 1.5 in Eryk, your boy Anders, CLD, and Steve Erceg money line. Those 3 together get us plus 135. Fluffy, dude, he lands about twice as often as he gets hit. He also averages almost 7 takedowns per 15 minutes. Dolidze's been taken down by 5 different opponents in the UFC. He also only has a 33% takedown defense. That's not good. I think Fluffy's going to get him down here and have his way with him. Pause. But seriously, I think Fluffy dominates him here. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 175. You'd have to parlay it. Dolidze's hit it in 4 of his last 5. Fluffy has hit it in 2 straight, and 5 of his last 6 have made it to round 3. So, like, even when he's not hitting it, he's getting so damn close to hitting it. If you want Fluffy at plus money, take him by decision, plus 230. Only 3 of his 14 pro wins have come by decision, but Dolidze's never been finished before, and Fluffy's last win did come by decision. If you like Dolidze as a dog, take him by knockout, plus 500. 8 of his 15 pro wins have come by knockout, and we've seen Fluffy knocked out before.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.